Hi everyone, and welcome to the weekly share and review, where we look at the performance of the NZSE over the past week. Now, before we go on to looking at the charts, just a little bit of housekeeping, and that is that this is intended for educational purposes only. It is certainly not personalised financial advice. If you're looking for any recommendations relating to your personal circumstances, then you do need to go and talk to your own financial advisor. So let's take a look at how the local board or stock exchange performed last week. Right, I have got up here on the screen the main indices for the New Zealand stock market being the NZS 50, and you can see here that it actually closed down for the week, and this last candle here is actually the after hours trading after the market closed. So at this stage it looks like it could be trending down again. So even though the week before it did sort of close at a high, it obviously closed lower than where it opened. And this week there has been certainly a lot more sell-off, which is a little bit unfortunate. It's counter-trending what we are finding with a lot of markets around the world, obviously, especially being the US and even the Australian market, to be honest. They have been all reaching new time highs, and this week has been no exception for those markets. However, here in New Zealand, like I just said, we are counter trending that. We've had a bit of an upward trend, as you can see here, which started about November 2023, and it's been just meandering along, really. It hasn't really been setting the world on fire at all. Let's take a look at the 5-year trend. And you can see here over the last 5 years that our market really has sort of been trending sideways. The dashed, but not really sort of making anything stellar happen. You can see by the dashed line there that the market is currently sitting at 12,800 points level. And the last time that was at that level was back in middle of January 2022. So we still are up from there, but it hasn't really been performing anything stellar. Let's put the moving averages on and just see what that is saying. Let's just begin with a 200 period moving average, and I'll make that an exponential one. And that will just give us a rough idea where the market's going. So you can almost see that it's pretty much flatlining according to that. Little bit of an upward trend, but nothing to set the world on fire at all. Now let's just bring this back to a 2-year chart. You can actually see by looking at this chart here, there was quite a bit of volume last week as well in the sell-off. So that could be a little bit of a negative indicator. We just need to obviously keep an eye out for that. Let's change this moving average and we'll make it our normal 30, and then we will put on another one and make that a 15-week moving average. And for those that follow me regularly, I always stick to the 30 and 15-week moving averages. There's nothing special in that. It's just all about being consistent. So the market really has just come back to that 15-week moving average. Sometimes you can see that when you have had a little bit of a growth spurt, which we have had, like I just mentioned earlier, since about July this year. But it's certainly not setting the world on fire. It is a bit concerning that we do have that strong sell-off, like I just said, for last week. And it'll be interesting to obviously, like always, what does happen going forward. I'm not into picking tops or bottoms. That I just certainly let the price action, if you like, tell me what is going to happen. We'll just see how much volatility is in the market. So we just take the ATR, which is currently, and I'm just using a 21 point range here. So we'll take that. So we've got 250.49, and we'll divide that by where the market closed, which is 12,809.59, and so that's basically giving us about 1.95% volatility. So you don't have a lot of volatility in the market at the moment. So we'll just need to really sit and watch. If I was to make comment looking at the ATR, which is the average trading range, it is starting to head down. So that could be a sign that things could be starting to slow off. Who knows? And if you look down here at the MACD as well, which is the moving average convergence divergence, that also is starting to head down a bit. So we would just need to keep an eye on that as to whether whether anything sort of transpires from that. The middle indicator I've got there is the RSI, which is the relative strength indicator. And that just really tells me whether a market's in an overbought or an undersold territory. It's currently sitting around 55, so it's a little bit neutral, really. So there's nothing clear cut about our market at this stage, other than we did have a week, or strike quite a strong sell-off last week. So we just need to keep an eye on that. So anyway, so I hope that helps. I've also been asked to look at Spark Trading Company this week for our share and review. So make sure you come back on Thursday. And just remember, if there is any shares that you would like me to take a look at, and remember, it's just my methodology, what I look at when I'm analysing a market, then I'm happy to take a look. Just drop it in the comments and we can always do that for you. So until Thursday, take care.